Hi Cancers, welcome to Universal Guidance. It's time for your weekly reading. I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them 3 more times. We're going to have a 2-part reading, and the overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. Cut those. Oh, that goes there. And here we go. For Cancers. There you are, Cancer. Wow. Okay. The overall energy, Cancer, of this reading is the Hierophant. This is a card of traditional values, traditional morals. It's a card of commitment, marriage. I need to read on. Let's find out why this Hierophant is right in the center of your reading. It's a very spiritual card. It's like making a pledge to something, and it's very traditional. You got to keep that in mind. Up here in your highest energy is the Knight of Swords. Boy, you're really kind of rushing out there. You've got some really fast-moving energy going on here. Boy, you're not one to dawdle. And the reason I say that is this card does come up, you know, in a lot of readings, the Knight of Swords, but it's right next to the Chariot in your highest energy, which is your card, and which is also about moving forward. And it's also a fast-moving energy. Most times, this is fast. It's like, you know, a whip of the reins here, and these sphinxes start going. If they start pulling that Chariot, you can, like, leaving the dust behind you. And you're moving right towards this 10 of Cups. That is lovely. This is a lot of love. Sunshine, rainbows, joy. This is a union of 2 people. This is a family situation. So it looks like you are headed very swiftly towards this 10 of Cups, whether you knew it or not. And it's in your card here, okay, of moving fast, the Chariot, right above the Hierophant, traditional values, traditional morals. I feel like you are headed towards a family situation that is going to be committed and stable and traditional. So under the Knight of Swords is the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is like you're feeling worn out, dragged through the mud. It's like it's like you reached your wit's end and you picked yourself up and things are happening. It's like a roller coaster. So it's almost like you get to this place where you've about given up hope, and then all of a sudden this energy just kicks in and it moves you straight towards what you've been wanting, which is the Hierophant, the 10 of Cups. The King of Wands, Cancer, is right next to the Hierophant, right under the 10 of Cups. This is fire energy. It can be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Might be strong in your chart or someone else's. This might be who is connected with that 10 of Cups and the Hierophant. They may have strong Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in their chart. The thing about the King of Wands is it represents male or female, but they hold that staff of new beginnings. And also it can be about passion. So I feel like this energy, whoever it is actually holds that staff of new beginnings and fresh starts. And I think you're headed, whether they have fire in their chart or not, you're headed towards this beautiful place in your life that you've been wanting. I think in some way you're making it happen, but this King of Wands is ready, male or female. And they really might have some fire in their chart someplace. Either that or you do. You know, it's really strong. I have the Hanged Man here. This is a card of enlightenment from the universe. See the head all lit up? Well, I look around the Hangman. What are we being enlightened about here? Okay. For one thing, this Nine of Wands. Something to do with this Nine of Wands. I think you might have been ready to cut this relationship out because you reached your wit's end where it wasn't, it wasn't evolving into this relationship that you felt like it was time to evolve into. And I feel like you were on the verge of cutting it out when, boom, things change. You probably made it known. This Knight of Swords is carrying a sword, so that is communication about your thoughts. And on the other side, the Hangman here is the Six of Cups, right under the Hierophant. This is a soulmate, and I think they're realizing that. So it's like, this is your connection. It's like you've known each other a lot longer than you really have, which you have, because you've known each other in other lifetimes. But I feel like it's still in a pretty young, stage in the relationship, yet I think you're headed right toward this Hierophant. Right next to the Six of Cups and right under the King of Wands is the Six of Swords. Yeah, this is moving forward. And look at all those swords. There's a lot of truthful communication going on here. But this is moving away from rocky waters towards smoother, calmer, more peaceful waters. And not alone. There may even be a child involved when this card comes up. That's always a possibility because there's actually two adults and a child here. So this is under the King of Wands, right next to the Soulmate card. So this is moving forward here. This is like trudging along. But this energy here, I think, is going to pick up pace. I think it's been really slow. And I think, because up here in your highest energy, I think it's going to just start to pick up pace. And I think it's because you make it known that you're just not willing to wait forever for the relationship to actually evolve. Let's take out the second half of this reading. Yeah, communicate. Okay, so yeah, that's exactly what happened here. There was communication here about moving forward, and letting this relationship evolve into something more. There was back and forth, probably through the airways, probably texting, it looks like talking about feelings, about what is going on and how you feel and how they feel about it. It's right next to the Three of Pentacles, so it feels like there's a little bit of butting the heads going on about this heading toward a commitment idea. That Three of Pentacles is right next to the Ten of Pentacles, and this is like where you've got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles in your highest energy, two of the greatest cards in the deck. This is, look again, union between two people. There's also pets and another child. So twice we have children. 1, 2, 3. 3 times I see 4. There's 4 times I see a child in this card. So for some of you, there could be a child involved in this reading too. There's an old man. So this is extended family. This is all about commitment. This is all about security, stability, family. So it looks like, I think it's going to get worked out. Actually, I see it here. It's going to be worked out. And you are headed toward this traditional, probably a marriage. That's what I think. I don't know. My readings go out about 6 months, I want you to know. So, but I do think that you are I think you're heading that way. Starting out slow, but picking up speed. So under the Eight of Wands, all that communication, is the Five of Swords. This is looking back. This is what was communicated. It's close to that King of Wands energy. I think this is the other person. And I think you made it known that you will have to go your own way if, you know, this relationship can't move forward in any shape or form. And you didn't want to have to look back at them, but the truth and all these swords, you know, as truth and clarity be told through all this communication, that, you know, you were actually, you know, you're butting heads. You're getting very disappointed in love here. And this Five of Cups, but I call this the card of hope. So this figure here is looking at the spilled cups, and that part of that was coming up in this conversation here about where this relationship is going. All this figure has to do is turn around and see those two full cups, and there's hope. And there is hope, I guarantee it, because I can see it right here. So you go through this thing with the person of your life here, with a lot that you love very much, and you know they love you too. They do see you as a soulmate. I have the Magician right under the 10 of Pentacles and right next to the Five of Cups. It's on the back side of this figure and the Five of Cups, the Cups of Hope. This is, the Magician is here to reveal some things. It's also about intuition. And I think your intuition already is telling you that this is, you know, this relationship will work out. You do have all the tools in this relationship for it to work out. You do. So then we have the Eight of Swords under the Five of Swords. The Eight of Swords is feeling kind of bound to this relationship. It's like, see all these swords? Remember, they're thoughts, they are truth, they are clarity, a lot of times they're conversation. Well, I think this is coming up too. It's about feeling trapped in a relationship that's going nowhere, okay? And that's all part of all this communication that is happening. It's right next to the Page of Wands. Oh, again, this is a card of illusion, because the feet aren't bound, the mouth isn't bound. And I think you make it clear that you can walk right out of this. You know, they may think they've got you, but they really don't, you know. And so you're going to make it clear that, you know, you will have to move on and step out of this if you have to. It's right next to the Page of Wands. It took a lot of courage to come forward with what you were feeling and, you know, where you were at in your mind about this relationship. You're holding the Staff of New Beginnings. And so that just tells me that you need to move forward in this relationship, or you're going to have to call it off. And you do communicate, thank goodness, about all this, because all that truth and all that clarity with the Ace of Swords right here, this is right under the Magician, right next to the Page of Wands, speaking up and being clear and honest, that's a two-way street, and that's what's going to happen. And this is going to help evolve all this. It's like you're getting past all this uncertainty in this relationship, and you're moving right towards where this relationship should be headed. And I think it's all because I think you're the one that starts the conversation here. And even though there's some butting of heads going on, it looks like they see the light. It looks like they realize you're a soulmate. You know, we all have many soulmates out there, but they realize that this is one they don't want to let go. And they do realize that they've just been trudging along in this relationship. So I see it picking up speed and turning into something very beautiful. So Cancer, this was your reading, and I thank you for watching Universal Guidance.